The farming and trading in herbs and spices such as chives, mint, coriander, basil, rosemary, and sage, among others in Kenya, is on the rise thanks to the high demand in both the local and international markets that has seen farmers and traders take the venture seriously than before. Today on Urban Farming, we feature herbs and spices farming along Kenyatta Road and learn more about the varieties of herbs and spices mostly being grown by a majority of farmers in the country. The farm is integrated to a hotel business called New Rains, which is a ready market for the farm produce. Faith, one of the business directors, takes us through how they arrived at growing herbs and spices on a farm that is 100% organic certified.
My name is Faith Njeri, one of the directors of New Rain Farm. Originally, New Rain Farm was actually an organic farm. We wanted to grow herbs. We wanted to grow a varied amount of vegetables, fruits, and herbs to service the hotel, because we have a hotel on the other side known as New Rain Hotel. And as the directors sat together and visited very many farms and also consulted with friends, we actually realized there was something unique about growing herbs. Then we also did a bit of market research and we realized there's a very robust market both internationally and locally for herbs. So we settled on these herbs as a pilot project that has since grown, and we hope that it even grows further.
The initial stage of the business requires a carefully drawn plan which should carry the business to achieving its production goals. Faith takes us through some of the requirements they had to fulfill before takeoff.
In the initial phases of the establishment of New Rain Farm as an organic herbs farm, we had to invest in proper greenhouses. We also had to seek out some capital for the drip lines, to also get a reputable supplier for the drip lines. And also with the greenhouses, you see there's a way the tunnels are created. We also had to invest in professional advice for the establishment of everything. So in the initial pilot phase, I can say the farm was not too expensive, but once we decided to take the farm a step higher and become exporters, there's an investment in the acquisition of what is known as a global gap certificate, which is substantive, but I believe it's something that pays off over time. This particular farm is 6 acres of herbs and will soon expand to something more, but this initial phase is a pilot phase, but a pilot phase that has been quite successful and has had great results. So that initial stage 1 was more like, let's get the greenhouses, let's get the tunnels, let's get the drip lines. And then the second phase is where I think as a herbs farmer, you have to really be ready to input quite a bit more, depending on the size of the farm that you're dealing with. But you can go in phases. I believe that's what most of the herbs farmers that I have interacted with informally and formally do. They start with 1 acre of herbs. When they sell, they make their first big sale, they invest back the money, and then they expand. Some herbs farmers are very successful, so they even have outgrowers. They are able to apply for a global gap certificate on their own as individuals, but then they also enlist a number of outgrowers as their suppliers. This is something we've also flirted with mixed results, but I think the best investment would be for each and every farm to be very well established and recognized by the international markets, even if you're servicing the local markets, which is something we are very passionate about.
New Rain Herbs Farm has planted a variety of herbs and spices, as Faith mentions.
We have a wide variety of herbs. We have basil in the greenhouse. We have chives in the greenhouse as well. We have sorrel. We have thyme. We have oregano. We used to have tarragon, but we're also introducing it back slowly. Mint, rosemary. We also have the very unique lemony melissa. and lemongrass, which is growing around the farm because lemongrass requires minimal interventions. It can grow almost anywhere.
The global community has become more cautious with food intake as so many lifestyle diseases have been directly linked to unhealthy choices of food eaten on a daily basis. Faith says the consciousness is what drove them to farming herbs and spices which have a myriad of nutrition benefits. The farm also has eliminated the use of synthetic fertilizers.
The reason we also took a personal interest in the growth of herbs is the health benefits, the health and wellness benefits. Here at New Rain, we're not just interested in packaging food and selling it for the highest amount of money. We are interested in the health of each and every consumer. So even in our initial phase, when we were very passionate about having a fully 100% certified organic farm, we became even more engrossed in the thought of having herbs because they are full of health benefits. I don't think there's any herb that is not packed with benefits for the consumer. And we've also noticed an increased interest because we deal with a lot of clients from every part of the world of herbs. Particularly for us locally, the dried herbs are more popular, but there are also people who come and ask for the fresh herbs. But as our clients consume the herbs, even in the farm, not just the hotel, they are very fascinated with what the herbs can do for their health. Mint has so many properties such as the relaxation when you inhale it and when you consume it in soups, food. You can do so much with mint, you can do so much with thyme when you're marinating your meat. You can do so many versatile things with herbs that you wouldn't typically do with a conventional vegetable. They complement the conventional vegetables very well. So we felt even as a dynamic group of directors who pride themselves in being very thoughtful, that we needed to invest in an agricultural product that is equally thoughtful. Commercially, herbs have also very high returns. I think that's something that is well established right now. If you go into any research, you'll see that the sales of herbs trump a lot of the other products because of this increasing awareness of the benefits of herbs.
Herbs business is among the most lucrative business as the market is accessible both locally and internationally, and Faith is excited about the good returns derived from the business.
Yes, there's a European market which is very lucrative, and I believe there are very many large-scale growers in Kenya who are focused on that. But we're also a bit unique. We are a very collaborative group of directors. We are so passionate about local innovation and local production that we also feel we don't want to ignore our Kenyan consumer, even as we sell these herbs to the highest bidder. There's a unique therapeutic benefit for us, even in just engaging the local community and opening up our farm to them. This is something we've really enjoyed, even when we've held farm experiences in the farm, where kids come and play freely, they learn something, at the same time they are being entertained. For older people who are farmers, fellow farmers have also visited our farm. We've enjoyed such gracious visits from people who have massive farms, who've invested quite a lot in their own farming, and they've really enjoyed our much smaller farm because of the experiential benefit that we are providing. For us, it's not just a farm, it's an experience. We're selling and also giving an experience to the local community, which we know they can't get anywhere else.
Joseph Makoha is the farmhand. He knows like the back of his hands properties in all the herbs grown here, their names, characteristics, and what it takes to grow them in a successful way. He offers to give us a farm tour, educating us about the various varieties, among them mint, basil, rosemary, melissa, to mention a few.
Welcome to New Rain Farm. I'm Joseph Makoa, farm manager. Today we are going to show you the herbs we are growing here. We have different types of herbs. We have like 9 varieties we are growing here. So today we are going to show you each and every stages and how we are doing it. Yeah, we have mint, we have rosemary, we have chives, we have basil, we have thyme, we have melissa, and we have lemongrass, we have tarragon and sorrel. Today I'm going to show you each steps of each crop and how we are growing up to the harvesting stage.
Spanish mint is a vigorous perennial crop that thrives in light soils and good drainage. Spanish mint is said to attract an assortment of bees and butterflies because it is highly aromatic mint. The plant also seems to enjoy the sun, hence grown outdoor. Makoha tells us more about the Spanish mint.
This is Spanish mint, and today we are going to show you from the planting stage up to the harvesting stage. So Spanish mint you can plant in 3 types. 1, you can plant the rhizomes. 2, you can propagate your seedlings, or you can buy from the nursery companies. Like we have the Plantec, they are doing majorly nursery. So after you have your seeds, you need to prepare land. First you make the beds. Beds zako zinafaa zikuwe sawa at a height of 8 to 10 inches and 1 meter wide. From there you need to have your irrigation system, which is the drip lines. From there, mint we plant 20 to 25 seeds per meter square. So from there, after you have planted your mint, there's a process we call bending. After germination, 7 to 10 days, you do what we call bending, so that to create that production. So from there, after first planting of mint, it will take 3 months to harvest your crop. So from there, you'll be harvesting every 30 to 35 days of Spanish mint.